It is a gripping tale that begins with a life-or-death moment and unfolds into an extraordinary journey. What happens when a humble farmer risks everything to save a girl trapped in a raging inferno, only to discover her father is a powerful businessman? As two vastly different worlds collide, unexpected bonds are formed, secrets are revealed, and lives are forever changed. This story will keep you on the edge of your seat, tugging at your heartstrings, and leave you pondering, how far would you go to save a life, and what could that act ignite in return? Hi everyone, welcome to Kindness Talks. Today I'm excited to share a new story with you. The sky glowed an ominous orange, and the scent of burning wood filled the air as Ravi wiped the sweat from his brow, standing on his modest farm. Miles away, the city skyline flickered under a growing cloud of smoke. The fire was spreading fast, devouring everything in its path. Little did Ravi know, the inferno was about to bring him face to face with a moment that would define his life forever. Ravi was a humble man in his early 40s, living alone on a small patch of land he'd inherited. Though his life was simple, it was one of quiet dignity. On this fateful evening, as he prepared to tend to his cows, a sudden cry pierced through the stillness. It was faint but unmistakable, a desperate scream for help. He dropped his tools and ran toward the noise, his heart pounding against his chest. He soon came upon a horrifying scene. Just beyond the edge of the woods that bordered his farm, a large estate was ablaze. Flames roared like wild beasts, engulfing the house in moments. Outside the inferno stood a man shouting helplessly and pacing in panic. "My daughter! My daughter is inside," the man yelled, his face pale with terror. Ravi didn't stop to think. Without a second of hesitation, he sprinted toward the house, ignoring the man's protests that it was too dangerous. Smoke choked his lungs as he entered the burning structure, heat pressing against his skin like an invisible weight. Inside, the scene was chaos. The wooden beams of the ceiling groaned ominously, threatening to collapse at any moment. Ravi shielded his face with his arm, his eyes scanning desperately through the haze. Then he heard it, a faint, terrified whimper coming from upstairs. Following the sound, he found a little girl, no older than 7, crouched in a corner of her bedroom. Tears streaked her soot-covered face as she clutched a small stuffed rabbit. "It's okay," Ravi said softly, though his own voice trembled. "I'm here to get you out." The girl clung to him as he lifted her in his arms. Navigating back through the fiery maze was even harder. Just as they reached the front door, a beam came crashing down behind them, sending sparks flying. Ravi shielded the girl with his body, stumbling out into the cool night air just in time. The man outside, who turned out to be the girl's father, ran to them. "Thank you. Thank you," he cried, tears streaming down his face as he held his daughter close. It was only then that Ravi noticed the man's tailored suit and expensive watch, clear signs of wealth. But none of that mattered at the moment. Ravi collapsed onto the grass, exhausted but relieved. He waved off the father's repeated expressions of gratitude, muttering, anyone would have done the same. But deep down, he wasn't so sure. The next day, Ravi returned to his quiet life, thinking the ordeal was over. But a week later, a sleek black car pulled up to his farm. Out stepped the girl's father, Raj Malhotra, a prominent businessman in the city. This time, he wasn't just here to thank Ravi, he wanted to repay him. "I owe you my daughter's life," Raj said earnestly. "Please, let me do something for you. Money, a new house, anything you need." But Ravi, true to his simple nature, shook his head. "I don't need anything. Just knowing she's safe is enough for me." Raj was taken aback by Ravi's humility. "At least let me help you improve your farm. You can't say no to that." After much convincing, Ravi reluctantly agreed. Over the next few months, Raj sent workers and resources to upgrade the farm. Ravi's land flourished, allowing him to grow more crops and live more comfortably. But something even more profound happened. An unexpected friendship formed between the two men. Raj and his daughter, Priya, began visiting Ravi often. The little girl adored him, calling him her hero. For Ravi, who had lived a solitary life, their visits became the highlight of his days. They shared meals, stories, and laughter, bridging the gap between their vastly different worlds. One evening, as the three of them sat under the stars, Raj spoke with uncharacteristic vulnerability. You know, Ravi, I've spent my whole life chasing success. But that night, it reminded me what truly matters. Ravi smiled, his gaze fixed on the horizon. Sometimes, it takes a fire to show us what's worth saving. The story of Ravi's bravery spread throughout the community, inspiring countless people. But to him, it wasn't about recognition or reward. It was about doing what was right, no matter the cost. By the end of the year, the once simple farmer and the wealthy businessman had become an unlikely family, bound together by an act of courage and the realization that humanity is not measured by wealth but by kindness and selflessness. The fire that brought them together left a lasting legacy, not of destruction, but of hope and unity, proof that even the simplest acts can light up the darkest moments.